We have a pair of Rittenhouse stories here today. The one more specifically about the trial will be second, but this one first and foremost. I've alluded to at least the subject matter of this story a fair amount through the week, and even dating all the way back to some of the initial coverage when it comes to Rittenhouse and how he's been completely and utterly misrepresented by low information motherfuckers in the mainstream media. And just basic after yesterday, and when Kyle took the stand and gave his testimony, everything that I'm seeing out of this makes me physically fucking ill. I've got a whole bunch of stuff here, and I don't know how excited I'm going to be getting by the end of it, but it just leaves me feeling absolutely disdainful with the current state of the world in absolutely 100%. So before we get into any more of that, we've got a tweet right here. Oh, they've deleted it, but it came directly from CBS Morning News, or CBS Mornings, whatever the fuck they want to call it. It's an official subsidiary of CBS. Yes, that one. The fucking Alphabet Network itself, one of the authoritative sources here on YouTube that gets pushed out there over all of the individual independent content creators that are out there doing the Lord's work when it comes to covering the fucking topic that's here actually fairly and accurately, instead of just taking the highlights, the headlines, the clips from all of their other fucking friends in the fucking mainstream media, not doing the legwork, not putting in the time to watch the trial fucking hours and hours a day. No, they're just going to take whatever the fuck they think they know about the situation, just back it up on whatever their friends and their fucking left-wing talk boxes want to say. No, they'll just come out and make idiotic fucking claims like Kyle Rittenhouse testifies in his own murder yesterday, breaking down in tears as he told the jury he murdered two men at a Black Lives Matter protest last year in self-defense. Murdered. I thought that's what, and a bunch of other trumped up charges that are as well being alleged against Rittenhouse. I thought that's for the jury to decide. Oh, and those 3 consecutive nights, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, were all declared fucking riots, okay? And Antifa was also there, so it was Antifa, Black Lives Matter, but really, at the time, was there much of a fucking difference? I don't think so, but that's CBS for you, okay? What else did they have to do? They put on Gage Grosskreutz. I can't fucking believe this. He was being interviewed on Good Morning fucking America. Okay, so CBS tees it up, and then ABC picks up this hunk of shit. Man shot. Oh, that's cool. That's one way to put it. Man shot by Kyle Rittenhouse reacts to gunman's emotional testimony multiple times during this trial, okay? And that was even something that ADA Binger was also trying to hang on Kyle Rittenhouse illegally and against the Constitution, might I add, about, giving testimony and talking to the media. But if Gage Grosskreutz gets up there and he gives a interview while the trial is still going on, theoretically, while he still could have been called for rebuttal or to be called up back again, testify to the court, no, he just hops on Good Morning America, literally. Good. Never forget. Lone survivor, huh? Okay, cool. You guys don't even know. You don't even know. There was another person that was shot at. Jump Kick Man, if you do recall. Anyways, he was shot at as well. Would he also be a survivor? Would that ruin your narrative, or do you guys not even know that? I highly fucking doubt it. Shot by Kyle Rittenhouse in Kenosha, Wisconsin last year, said Thursday on Good Morning America that he believes the teen's emotional display at his murder trial was mostly about him being upset he was caught for the shootings. Gage Grosskreutz, 27, a paramedic. He wasn't a paramedic at the time. He was wearing a hat that said paramedic, but he was as much of a paramedic as Kyle Rittenhouse was that night. I think that Kyle actually treated more people than Grosskreutz did. I don't even think Grosskreutz even applied a fucking bandage to anybody. Said it was emotional to watch Rittenhouse, 18, testify about injuring him and killing 2 other men last summer as riots broke out in the city over racial injustice. No, to just burn, loot, and murder a whole bunch of fucking people, but hey, you guys do you, right? To me, it seemed like a child who has just gotten caught doing something he wasn't supposed to do. Yes, reliving a traumatic situation while you just stare dead-eyed into a camera for This is incorrigible. Whatever bad things happen to him later in life, he totally deserves, and I hope that they visit him, or they're visited upon him tenfold. He's a hunk of shit. And my only regret for that night is that Kyle didn't aim not but an additional foot over. More upset that he was caught and less about what he had done and what he had taken and the numerous lives that he affected through his actions that night, Grosskreutz said, dead-eyed. He just didn't really know how to administer this interview because he didn't have a jury to just very awkwardly look over to and give his very emotional deadpan reaction to everything that Binger was asking of him. Grosskreutz lawyer Kimberly Motley, who has the unwinnable task of, by the way, trying to get $10 million from the city of Kenosha, which they aren't going to say there. Oh, Grosskreuz's lawyer, Kimberly Motley, who's this bitch? Oh, she's the one who has the unwinnable task of trying to walk back Grosskreuz's testimony that Kyle Rittenhouse didn't shoot at him, didn't fire the gun at him, that thankfully took away his bicep until he, in fact, pointed a gun at Kyle Rittenhouse. Don't put that in there, though. That might fuck up your narrative. Said Rittenhouse's testimony that he acted in self-defense was inconsistent with what unfolded the night of August 25th, 2020. How so? We've seen all of the fucking video that's out there. He was being attacked. He was being chased. He had a gun pulled on him. How else is that not self-defense? You know, he was not, I believe, in imminent fear or danger of his own life. Gun pointed at your head, skateboard being swung at you, an angry mob chasing you, saying that they're going to kill you, set you on fire, all that kind of fun stuff, gut you, rip out your heart. No, that's not... Whatever. She said, noting that the teen was an active shooter. How so? Everyone that he fired at was trying to kill him. An active shooter, obviously. People need to pay attention to the inconsistent statements from ... the defendant, or from ... the testimony of this hunk of shit. However, legal experts have argued that Grosskreutz' own testimony contradicts that argument. You don't say. I'm glad it's after all of the emotional pictures that are there, and oh, don't you feel bad for Grosskreutz? No, not in the least bit. When questioned on the stand, Grosskreutz admitted that it wasn't until he pointed a gun at Rittenhouse that the accused fired. Yeah, exactly. No, according to CBS, he's already a murderer. It wasn't until you pointed a gun at him, advanced on him with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him, he fired, right? Defense attorney Corey Shirafisi said during his cross-examination, which Grosskreutz confirmed, by the way, but we'll get to that. And this is right here is a still frame of, as you can see, and once again, link, description, get all that good stuff. You can see in the fucking picture right here, right there. Okay, yeah, you can see my cursor. It's circling the gun that is pointed at Kyle's head. And Kyle is, unfortunate for the people back there because they're going to get sprayed with this hunk of shit and whatever fucking disease he's carrying. He's being separated from his arm, and you do appreciate that. But yeah, so he didn't shoot at you until you pointed a gun at him. Correct, Grosskreutz responded, later adding that he did not mean to point his gun at Rittenhouse. But you did, and you lost an arm because of it. And that's, okay, for as bad as that is, the fact that he gets to be on Good Morning America, not like, well, I'm pretty sure some specific trial coverage was actually probably getting better numbers than that. I don't give a fuck, but just the sheer hypocrisy of all of these evil motherfuckers. Now we're going to run down the list of just some of the worst people that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I wish the worst in life for every single one of them. Left-wing Hollywood celebrities and elites are piling on Kyle Rittenhouse after the 18-year-old on trial in Kenosha, Wisconsin, broke down on the witness stand, calling him a terrible fucking actor. Once again, I think it's probably projection from a lot of these people, and claiming that he's benefiting from white male privilege. What? How? Whatever. These people don't make any fucking sense. They are also attacking Kenosha County Circuit Court Judge Bruce Schrader for repeatedly admonishing the prosecution, claiming that he is biased and even deplorable for not throwing out this case already. Maybe, but stars including Dave Bautista, who is just one of the most insufferable human beings on earth. His insufferability is only trumped by his inability to be a convincing actor himself. George Takei, again, just bad take after bad take. And why don't you just remind us all about how you're a sexual abuser and somebody who would have a lot in common with Joseph Rosenbaum? Okay. Rosanna Arquette, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Bravo's top chef host Padma Lakmash. I don't know who these people, I don't know who she is, at least, had taken swipes at the 18-year-old defendant during his trial for the murder of 2 people during last year's Black Lives Matter riot in Kenosha. Fuck that kid, Bautista tweeted. Kyle Rittenhouse is a murderer, the end, Arquette proclaimed, who's probably watched a lot of the trial herself and probably has all of the facts. A deplorable example indeed, Takei said of Judge Schrader. Rittenhouse's lawyers have argued that he acted in self-defense, which he totally did, and that's Bautista's fucking tweet. Like I said, fuck that kid. Kyle's a murderer, George Takei. If I want to see how justice often leans hard towards privilege, what? Watch the judge in the Rittenhouse case, a deplorable example indeed. I don't even understand that. AMC's Fear of the Walking Dead, okay. Kevin Zegers accused Rittenhouse of faking a breakdown on the witness stand. This is how the first take of a crying scene can look. Weeks of anxiety to push out the tears, and you come up empty. You retarded? Like, did you just see, like, one screenshot? Like, Vincent D'Onofrio, he at least had the good sense, but not before it was a screen cap, to delete this tweet. Personally, I've never seen acting like that from you, but yes, some less experienced actors, oof, you are spot on, Kevin. Oh, in regards to what that hunk of shit also had to say. We could run down the rest of these, but there are 2 that take the cake and made me want to do this, at least, because I just wanted to stick to the trial, but this was absolutely incorrigible. There is no bigger piece of shit on this fucking planet than LeBron James. The next time he goes up for a layup, I hope, if he's going to tell us all about how the fake tears and what a staged breakdown Kyle Rittenhouse went through, I hope every single bone in his fucking leg from his hip down to his toes shatters and just evaporates into fucking dust. So he can show us what fake tears are like, because every single time you take the court, you continue to remind us what a despicable, disgusting, Chinese whore, a worthless human being you really are. And CNN's Anna Navarro, who just has, I would give it the same level of animosity, but it's CNN, and it's this other dumb bitch who, that's CNN's line. So what did you expect? And again, I know this is par for the course for LeBron James, but I don't know why it hit so different, but this one, it's makes me physically ill. And then just to see the response to it, also just, I don't really know what to say, really. Following Kyle Rittenhouse's emotional testimony on Wednesday, NBA star, Chinese star, LeBron James mocked Kyle Rittenhouse for his emotional outburst, suggesting it was fake. We could read that, or we could just go to the tweet itself, because I think that would be just as relevant. So he retweeted this one and basically just, called it fake. And I don't know how he tried to continue to go through this. It's like, I don't fucking know. You know what? He's just a fucking hunk of shit. Here it is, simply for posterity's sake. What tears? This is probably all of the coverage, anyways, that LeBron James would have caught of this case, mostly because, whenever you see him make a statement on something, especially when it comes to looking at certain books that he's reading at the time, it's always I just started reading this, and it's always just a picture of him looking at the first page. So, you know what, hey, just mind the commentary, I guess. What tears? I didn't see one. Knock it off, or man, knock it off. That boy ate some lemon heads before walking into court. 3 boomer, crying emoji, smiley, laughy faces. Cool, man. Hopefully something awful happens to your kids as well. This is why I think a lot of people are just fucking lost. Take a look at that the like ratio. 236,000 likes for a take that fucking stupid. I guess we gotta end on a little bit of a down note. CNN's Anna Navarro offered her condolences to the family of Anthony Huber. Oh yes, that family that Anthony Huber threatened with violence and to gut them like pigs if they didn't conform to what he was asking. Okay, and convicted pedophile, yes, child rapist, Joseph Rosenbaum, also suggesting Rittenhouse's emotional outburst was fake. Again, this is CNN, and this is just some chubby broad that's up there who just, I don't know, is just kind of flailing around for any sort of relevance. So of course she'd tweet out something this retarded. Kyle Rittenhouse shot and killed Anthony Huber, 26, that sucks, and Joseph Rosenbaum, 36, also, oh my god, it so sucks, and injured Gage Grosskreutz. Again, just round of applause for picking out 3 awful individuals. She wrote, think about how much their loved ones cried, real anguish and grief, not crocodile tears. And just to show you how fucked, and to be fair, this might be Twitter itself, and Twitter's not real life, not even in the least bit. Merriam-Webster, you know, the dictionary, legitimately the dictionary, tweeted out the term crocodile tears was the word of the day. It was the word of the day, completely unprovoked, not referencing anything else, just tweeting that out. How I'm sure that was probably already scheduled and they had everything set to go up. It couldn't possibly have been coincidental in any such a way. No, of course not. Navarro paints Rittenhouse's victims out to be innocent, law-abiding people who did nothing wrong, leaving out any mention of the fact that 2 of them happened to be criminals. Following the shootings, it was revealed that Rosenbaum is a convicted sex offender, child rapist, and Huber a domestic abuser. Yeah, exactly. Why are you weeping for a convicted child rapist and a convicted domestic abuser? Because they're evil people. They don't care about facts. They don't care about rationality. They don't care about logic. They just care about winning. They just care about their side winning. And they already think that Kyle Rittenhouse is the white supremacist who was out there in Kenosha that night, who just invaded the city, and he was going to go out there and dole out justice from his white male privilege pedestal, and that he was going to, I really don't know what they think. I don't really care what they think. They're despicable human beings. And like I said, and I mean it with 1,000% sincerity, everybody who tweeted shit out like that, if and when he is acquitted, I hope karma is visited upon you at such a high degree that you will be able to share such an emotional display as Kyle Rittenhouse did in that box, that you'll be able to shed those quote-unquote crocodile tears for everybody can see on a public scale like that. Go fuck all yourselves. But to everybody watching, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.